For editing purposes, this is episode 59. Clown in Nebraska. Hello, and welcome to Would You Die, the show where anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. I'm Austin Torres.
And I'm Anneliese Petersmark.
And we are continuing Send in the Clowns Month. I almost just said Clown Month because that's what we've been calling it behind the scenes. But we are funny here at Would You Die. And we like classic songs.
Yeah.
We also like newish movies.
Yeah.
And what are we talking about this week?
We're talking about a newish movie called Clown in a Cornfield, which came out in 2025, so last year. And it is about Quinn Maybrook, who is a young girl who's just lost her mother, and her father, who is a doctor who relocates to Kettle Springs, Missouri, to become kind of the town doctor. While there, she makes friends with a group of mischievous teens who are dedicated to expanding the murderous lore of the local factory's mascot, FRIENDO. But there's more to FRIENDO than meets the eye.
I wanted to like sing the Transformers song, but I couldn't think of it in time, and I almost like da 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 da. And I'm like, that is Black Suit Spider-Man. Spoiler alert for Clown in a Cornfield.
As always.
This is a more newish movie, right. So if you guys hadn't seen Killer Clowns from Outer Space, you had the opportunity.
Yeah.
This one, there's, it's still less than a year old. I believe it came out in May of 2025.
It did, yeah. It premiered at South by Southwest in March and then had a theatrical release in May.
Okay, so like public, easily accessible, less than a year.
Yeah, less
still.
Than a year old.
Can we talk about my biggest gripe of them? Can we just get the negative out of the way?
Yeah.
Why the fuck does this movie take place in Missouri? Nebraska's right there.
Yeah, but Missouri also has corn.
Missouri has St. Louis. Nebraska only has corn.
That's crazy.
You don't get to have the arch and corn.
Yeah. Like
Nebraska has Omaha. I hear you.
Yeah. I cannot believe, while we're early impressions here, I cannot believe that Austin's tagline to start the episode was never fuck with FRIENDO.
Well, I thought about, the one I wanted to say was, holy fucking shit, that's a bunch of friendos. But that is literally a spoiler.
Yeah,
for
that's
the
fair.
Big twist in the movie, which I already pulled off that spoiler Band-Aid.
Yeah.
So we're good. We're good in the hood. No, this movie should have taken place in Nebraska or at the very least Iowa. Which is funny because at time of recording, they're about to play each other in March Madness.
That is true.
Battle of the Corn.
Here's my story about Iowa and corn. This is a marching band story. I'm really sorry, but you guys are going to have to indulge me. So if you're in the Spartan marching band, which is only a select few of you.
I am.
Not anymore, babe. But
my knees agree with that.
Yeah, mine too. But when you're in the Spartan marching band, one of the things that they do during pregame is, as a way to welcome the rival team, you play the other team's fight song.
Mm-hmm.
So that means every week we had to memorize a new fight song. And every single year when we played Iowa, all I remember about playing Iowa is that before the band had it memorized and we would be singing instead of playing, we would sing to the tune of corn, 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 Iowa. And that is the only thing that I remember about any of those fight songs, is that specific thing that we did.
I hate the fact that I still remember the tune for On Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah, I remember On Wisconsin now that you've said it.
Like that, and before they were in the Big Ten, we played Oregon
Yeah.
And I like Oregon's fight song.
Oregon's fight song is cool.
And of course, I can't think. Oh wait, it's bum 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 bum. Yeah, that's a good fight song.
Yeah.
Obviously, Michigan State has the best fight song.
They absolutely
But-
best.
I might be a little biased, maybe. I'd say Oregon's like number 2.
I'll tell you who has the worst fight song.
It's Michigan.
It's Michigan. And it's not just because they're Michigan. It's boring as shit. Sorry. My bad.
The one good thing about their fight song is the bridge section, where John Philip Sousa like reminds you who the fuck he is.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
And then it goes back into the worst melody ever. I'm puking right now, just hearing it in my head.
Yeah.
I hate that we went there. I was talking about good fight songs.
Sorry. Anyway, so Iowa or Nebraska have a lot of corn. Nebraska's literally called the Cornhuskers.
Yeah.
It could have been anywhere else. But anyway, we're in Missouri.
I
made our way back.
We are in misery. That's their fight song.
I get it. Like the Maroon 5 song.
Yeah.
What is your personal connection to this movie? Did you see it when it came out? When did you see
I
it?
wanted to. I was excited and then I didn't. Because the thing with independent horror films in theaters is if you miss them on their first weekend, they don't always have a second weekend, and they almost never have a third weekend. It costs money to keep movies in theaters. And the indie horror films, you kind of have to catch them because they're not going to be in theaters as long as, say, Sinners or Weapons. Those movies not only have the studio backing, but they have the marketing as well, and then they're so fucking good that people keep seeing them. Like a movie with studio backing that's people don't care about, they might only last 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But indie horror film, like a truly indie horror film like this one, is one of those things where like even if it is very successful, 3 or 4 weeks is maximum. And this one I don't
Right.
think was 3 or 4. It made profit.
Yeah.
So but I missed it when it came out in May, you said?
Yeah, it was May 9th.
So I caught it on Shudder in either September or October, whenever it dropped on Shudder. I thought it was awesome. I liked it. Awesome may be a bit too strong, but I really liked it. That's my personal connection with this movie.
It did set a new opening weekend record for IFC, which is the independent film company, which is not like a generic thing, it's an actual company. But,
Yeah.
because it made $3.37 million during its opening weekend, which is not too bad for an independent film that had a budget of, like you said off mic,
Right.
just under $1 million. That's a profit, you know.
Yeah, that's a profit. And yeah,
5th in the box office is not bad for an independent film that didn't have much marketing. Like,
Right.
yeah, absolutely. I just saw this yesterday with Jeremy, so for the first time. So that's my background. Is we watched it yesterday on Hulu. I didn't really know anything about it. I knew it was a more recent one.
did you know there was a clown?
I knew there was a clown. I had a suspicion there was a cornfield. But this movie did still manage to surprise me.
Yo, can I just talk about the main plot twist?
Yeah, please.
Can we just dive in?
Mhm.
The moment about halfway through the movie when it goes from clown in a cornfield to clowns in a cornfield, I like leaned forward. I locked it. I was like, "Oh shit."
It was
Because from the very opening scene, there is a clown in a cornfield. And I'm like, this movie's giving me exactly what I want. Like,
good. It's exactly what I asked for. Yeah.
I'm getting what I was promised.
Mm-hmm.
They just add an S, clowns. I'm like, holy shit. I'm getting more than I bargained for. had I seen this in theaters, I would have been like, my money well spent.
Here's what I need from Jeremy right now. I actually need him to talk about the less important plot twist that he called, because this is the funniest interaction that I've ever had with Jeremy. So can I set the scene?
Mm-hmm.
So we're sitting here and we're watching, and it is this scene, and you get this idea that the main character Cole and this other outcasty guy Rust are like on the outs. They used to be friends. They're not friends anymore. And then all of a sudden, like, they're in the same scene together for the first time, and Cole tells Quinn, "This is Rust. We used to go hunting together." Jeremy.
Because the way he said it, he's like, we used to go hunting together. I immediately was like, oh, they were fucking. and Anneliese goes, I think they just went hunting together. I was like, yeah, that's probably the appropriate read.
That's not what I want to be very clear. I'm not lacking common sense in media here. I said, I think you've been spending too much time with me, because I'm very quick to call something gay. And I said, but I think, like, the reason he said it weirdly is because, like, it's very obvious, like, something went down and they had a falling out. And he was like, yeah, that's probably the correct reading of it.
And then later on,
boy, did I have egg on my face.
Later on, it's revealed, and Anneliese just slowly turns and looks at me. And I'm just with both arms in the air, like, I did it.
They were secret gay.
They were secret gay.
Happen.
When the girls were like, oh, that was me.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, me too. Not Jeremy, though. You will not catch him slipping. He knows.
And what should have been my tell was when he rejects Quinn, who is a certified baddie.
True.
Was like,
he was like, I got a lot of stuff going on.
Well,
and
I'm a lot of internal sense when you go back and think about it, but
right. But at the time, I'm like, boy, that's a baddie. You gonna be fumbling? Come on now.
Well, and like through the movie, it definitely appears that he is interested in her. Like, right? Like it's
kiss.
Right.
But he does say he's figuring some stuff out.
Exactly.
And also, he's in high school. It's okay to be slow. Not slow, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to call a kid slow, but like...
It's okay to be still fingering things.
Yeah.
Is what we say, actually, instead. Jesus.
I'm not trying to call kids slow.
Yeah, I would hope not. Anyway,
road work ahead. I sure hope it does. That's literally me right now.
Literally. So anyway, that's like the less important plot twist, but I thought it was hilarious that Jeremy called that. That's it.
I'm pretty good.
No, this movie
Gaydar is unparalleled.
No, this movie, for having a budget of just under $1 million, like, we don't get just one clown in a cornfield. We get an army of clowns in a cornfield. It's rare that a movie over-delivers on a promise. And in fairness, I guess over-delivering on the promise of a clown in a cornfield is not the hardest promise to over-deliver on.
No, I still think it's great. I think this movie, we're kind of transitioning into our monthly theme at this point. We are talking about the clowns. I think this movie has some of the most creative kills that I've ever seen without being like Terrifier level of gratuitously violent.
No, this movie has like Scream level kills. I feel like these types of kills belong in the Scream franchise.
That's an interesting take. Because I feel like in terms of creativity, it's like from Simple Stabs to Friday the 13th franchise. Not the original Friday the 13th, but you guys aren't as familiar with Jason. I keep forgetting that. But I feel like the most creative is like Jason and Freddy.
Okay.
Scream for me is like maybe
Well,
middle,
I just
upper
don't think you
middle
can
of that.
I don't think you can use Freddy doesn't. He lives in the. He's doing it in people's subconscious. There's unlimited resources.
And that's why it's creative.
Right, I
Well,
get it,
guess,
but
if we're talking about realistic slashers who exist,
Then I
in
think
the real
Jason's
plane,
the most
for sure.
creative.
Jason probably is the most, but I do think that like, especially as we get into the more recent Screams, that there are more creative kills.
That's true. Not to talk about Scream 7 too much because I don't want to. There's a kill in Scream 7 where when we saw it, I was like, that's a Jason kill.
That's fair. Yeah. No, but I more meant like, I just think that this is like, to me, Terrifier's creative kills are just there for shock value.
Yeah.
That wasn't what this was. Like,
No.
This was more to have fun, and I liked that.
The director of this movie, Eli Craig, he also directed a film called Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Yeah.
And that's also very creative
Yeah.
in terms of kills and gore. And I think this movie kind of follows through with that. I'm trying to like word it right in my head. I think there are some creative kills in this one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'll put them right up there with Scream, but if you're a slasher fan, like,
Yeah.
they're good.
I think we can like agree to disagree. I think that like an independent film that is doing the kills that are existing in this are inherently makes it more creative because you kind of have to be.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, like, some of them aren't, obviously. Like, some of them are just like he kills him with a shotgun or with a knife or whatever. But
Well, my favorite one is the weight one with the bar, not dumbbells. I
Yeah.
lift. Can't you guys can tell.
yeah.
What's the fucking metal stick? What's it called?
the bench press.
Yeah,
the
bench press
bar.
kill.
Yeah.
The bar kill. Like,
Yeah.
'cause
he holds
with
the
the
saw.
saw,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then uses a weight. I thought that was the best kill.
Landing right into the cooler was so funny.
That was really good. My favorite moment from this movie, because we're not doing like favorite moment. Obviously, is like a clownlative, but the fucking part where later in the movie one of the characters gets stabbed and she goes, "Is it bad?" And she just goes, "Oh, girl, it's so bad." Like, I died. I was laughing so hard. I was like, this movie's like funny.
It is funny.
Like, yeah, I thought they did a good job with the humor.
I like the chainsaw kill.
Which one? There were multiple.
The one girl in the cornfield, where she just gets.
Oh, and he just keeps going too.
Yeah,
That one. Yeah.
That one's not creative, but it's effective.
Yeah.
Um,
One of the ones that I really liked was the I mean, it was the same kill that you were just talking about, but when he takes the pitchfork and then like stabs her into the light.
Oh yeah.
that was cool.
That's crazy.
And also the opening kill with lifting the guy up in the pitchfork in the cornfield. I thought that was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the opening scene is like beat for beat the Jaws opening scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's one that I'm forgetting. I know there's one that I'm forgetting. Because I was thinking about it and I was like, that's the best kill. And then I can't remember what it was.
So at the very end?
No.
Because I was going to say, like, I don't know how, like, we're kind of jumping all over the map right now.
Yeah.
With, like in terms of,
Jumping all over the cornfield.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the taser kill was pretty great.
That was the, Will Sasso.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that one was good.
Were you guys expecting Will Sasso in this movie?
No.
I was not.
There's not a lot of, like, big names in this movie. I think Will Sasso might be the biggest name. But Kevin Durand, I think, is the most successful actor in this movie. But I don't know if Kevin Durand's name is like...
Mm-hmm.
Because he kind of reminds me of a true character actor. Where I feel like people know his face.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Kevin Durand is in kind of like the... To me, he's kind of in like the Tony Todd realm of, oh, that guy's in this movie? He makes movies better.
Yeah.
Danny Trejo is another.
Yeah.
But I think people know Danny Trejo's name.
Mm-hmm.
And knew Tony Todd's name. I don't know if people know Kevin Durand, but they should.
I was gonna say they absolutely should if they don't.
I don't think he gets a lot to do in this movie, though.
No, that's probably true.
I think he's a little underutilized.
I think he's one of the standout roles, though. Sorry, like I think his speech at the end is really good.
I just think he should have been in it more.
Really quick before we kind of move on, this because we kind of missed our historical context because we kind of just slid right into clowns.
Those clown M's.
Yes, this is based on a book. It's called Clown in a Cornfield. It is a 2020 horror novel by Adam Cesare. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce his name. But he has done a lot of novels and novellas, but this is his first young adult novel.
Mm-hmm.
Young adult horror is a relatively, like, recent thing. It's not, like, so, for those who don't know, just because, like, this is not a common, like, a thing to know, young adult doesn't actually mean what we think of when we think of young adult, which is like late teens. Young adult as a publishing term means anywhere from 12 to like 19 years old. So it is a kid's thing. But yeah, young adult horror is like a relatively new thing in like the past like 15 to 20 years. So
is Goosebumps young adult horror?
Yeah,
okay,
that's probably like
because
the
I was
precursor.
Like Goosebumps, right?
For sure, like Goosebumps, American Chillers, like those are all
scary
like,
stories telling the dark.
Those are all kind of like the precursors to like what we would now consider young adult horror. Because young adult horror now, like those are like children's horror, I guess.
Bunnicula,
exactly. All of those books that we read as like little kids, now, like young adult horror is kind of a very like. You have to be very skillful to write it because you have to make it scary enough to be compelling for a teenager, but also not so scary that, like, adults who don't want their kids reading adult books, which some adults are fine with, but, like, you know, some are not, and you want to make sure that it's appropriate for that age.
You you have to toe the line between R.L. Stine and Stephen King, essentially.
Yeah.
And you can't go full King.
No. But you can't go full Stein either, because that's for little kids, kind
of. But Adam Cesare, his name bounces a lot in the horror world. I think he's very well respected. I have not read his books, but his reputation precedes him. From what I understand, he's super cool.
Yeah, he also has a sequel called Clown in a Cornfield 2, Friendo Lives, and a third book called Clown in a Cornfield 3, The Church of Friendo. But the unique thing about this book is that the movie was actually confirmed before the book was even published.
Oh, wow.
They knew they were going to adapt it into a screenplay, so that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, that doesn't happen too often. I mean, that happened with, like, the Hunger Games, but those were established, like... That was, like the newer Hunger Games movies.
Well, yeah,
those
are
are, like, established,
sequels.
right?
You know what movie the movie rights were being bidded on and fought over, and then eventually sold before the book came out? You know what else that happened with?
Argyle? That is true. But, no. I assume you have a good example.
we are going to be accepting applications for the Would You Die producer role. No, um, Jurassic Park.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I did not know that.
I didn't know that either.
they started that bidding war before the book was even published.
Yeah. As we speak this week, producer Jeremy will be. I almost said a phrase I don't like. Producer Jeremy will be seeing Jurassic Park for the first time.
That is crazy.
What was the phrase?
I was gonna say popping his Jurassic cherry.
Ew. Why would you?
Well,
would
see,
that even be
this is
something
why
that
you
said?
shouldn't have asked.
But you didn't have to say it.
But you asked me. Anywho, we'll be accepting applications for the Would You Die producer job.
God damn, there's a fourth book coming out.
Dang.
It's called Lights, Camera, Friendo.
What a title.
Poppy my Jurassic cherry. It's insane.
Lights, Camera, Friendo is the Scream 3 of this franchise. It is about the person who's going to play Quinn in the book. Or in the movie.
Oh.
Which, can we talk about Katie Douglas for a second?
Yeah.
She was great.
She is awesome in this movie. I have not read the book.
Neither have I.
And I really like this movie, but my big criticisms, other than the fact that this should be taking place in Nebraska or at the very least Iowa, and I'm never going to get over that. I think this film doesn't quite come together on either the screenplay level or the editing level, just because I feel like there are plot lines that just disappear. Literal characters that just disappear. And then the movie ends. I'm like, wait, what the fuck happened to the main villain? But, in plot lines, just kind of whatever. And that could have been done in the editing, so that's why I say, I don't know if it's a screenplay issue or if it's an editing issue. They cut out scenes and glue scenes just to get it to a tight 90, and this is a tight 90. I feel like the movie has a great pace.
Right.
So I don't know quite why it doesn't come together fully to me, and as a result, the ending for me is pretty underwhelming. All that being said, I think Katie Douglas does such a good job just carrying this movie. And the movie's very well directed. I think this movie looks fantastic. I think the whole cast is great. I especially love the guy who plays the dad. I think his relationship with Quinn is really, like, I think it's a good father-daughter chemistry, and it's like they're not always eye to eye, and even when they're fighting, they still love each other, you know?
Something that's really funny to me is when you can tell that a role was written with, like, a certain person in mind. Not that, like, they expected that person to play them and they didn't get the role or they couldn't play it or anything, but just, like, we're looking for a blank type, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just feel like the dad, and, like, this is something Jeremy said before, I thought it, so I'm gonna give the credit to him, but the dad, to us, we both kind of said felt like this was a Luke Perry type. So
I could see that.
Yeah, I just feel like it was very good. You know, like, not typecast.
And I like that he's trying to be a good dad.
Yeah.
And, like, I feel it's fun because it's definitely from Quinn's point of view. But at the same time, there's scenes where it's just like, okay, Quinn, you have to see that he's trying.
The part where he, like, tries to sit down and talk to her, but she has already snuck out, and he just, like, he's in mid-conversation, and he just says, god damn it, fucking teenagers.
That part's so good.
It's so good.
And then when she gets arrested, with her gang of hooligan friends, and he bails her out, and they're about to go home, and they're walking to their car, And he's getting in like nothing big deal, and she's talking, trying to explain herself, and then like it takes her a second. She's like, "Whose car is this?" And he's like, "It was going to be a surprise." He buys her a car.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the movie, she said, "I don't need a ride. I need a car." He just goes and buys her a car. He is a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, "Dad, we need Wi-Fi." He does that. Like, how come you didn't go grocery? Well, I was too busy getting Wi-Fi.
Right.
I don't think the movie explores his shortcomings enough.
That's fair. Yeah, I think it like they talk about it at the end. But I think it's definitely like what you kind of were saying is that it's just a whether it's an editing or a writing issue, there's some stuff that was not as well explored not why can't I think of the sentence I'm trying to say? Like the sentence structure I'm trying to put together.
Podcasting's hard.
There was stuff that could have been better explained that was not.
Like, in my opinion, I have not read the book.
Mm-hmm.
But books tend to have more substance than movies, just on how the mediums are made, are watched, or read, or whatever. So, a book you can put in those stuff quite easily.
Mm-hmm.
With this movie, I feel like the stuff's there in the source material, having never read it. But I don't know if from adapting from book to screenplay there was something lost, or if some things were cut in the edit. I'm not quite sure, but it feels like the movie had more meat on it than it does currently.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fine. I still think it's a very good movie. I enjoy this movie, and I think it's fun, and I think it's going to be a great gateway horror film to a lot of teenagers and preteens especially, because it's bloody enough, but at the same time I don't think it's horrific enough to traumatize most 13-year-olds. Like, I don't know if kids still have sleepovers, but if they do, this would be a good teenage, like, watching with my boys, cracking open a Mountain Dew because I'm not old enough to drink. Type movie. Like, for me, that was Zombieland. Zombieland was a great hit with me and my high school buddies.
Right, yeah. What was your, like, teenager horror movie that you guys were watching? Was it also Zombieland?
That was definitely one of them. My friends and I were really into the like World War Z was probably there. Dawn of the Dead, but like the 2000s remake.
Oh, okay.
Was definitely one.
There are a lot of zombie movies.
Movies
for our generation.
There really are.
Really.
Yeah. In terms of like
I got my
Prom
friends
Night?
into Scream.
Prom Night might have been one.
Oh my god. My friends and I, for whatever reason, we would watch Seven a lot.
You guys are fucked up.
Yo, yeah, that was fun.
For me, it was like Jennifer's Body.
Jennifer Body. I saw that for the first time in college.
That's so crazy to me.
I would have loved it if I mean, I still love it. Don't get me. I loved it when I saw it, but I would have loved it if I saw it in high school.
I feel like the kids now are watching Happy Death Day.
I really enjoyed Happy Death Day.
Oh, do you know what's a really great, like, teen, like, what I would be watching as a teen now if I were, like, still a teen? Bodies, Bodies, Bodies.
Yes. Yes. For sure.
I feel like it was, like, Prom Night, like, Jennifer's Bodies, Ginger Snaps. Everybody who wanted to be edgy was watching Teeth.
I remember that.
Teeth.
Holy shit. Cabin in the Woods was a big one for me. But I kind of, as you know, I brought that one through college as well.
You did.
Because that was like...
Oh, You're Next was up there for us.
Oh, You're Next. I watched that with my high school buddy. Oh, Insidious.
Oh, definitely.
We were into Insidious. Insidious fucked me up too.
Mm-hmm.
Alien, which is like an older movie, but
The Faculty.
I didn't see the Faculty until I was like out of college. Like I was like a legit adult.
I loved The Faculty.
But that is a great like watch with your high school.
Again, here's the thing. Remember, I was not a big horror person, so that was one that I watched like once and was like, "That's too scary." But then I watched it later and was like, "No, it was great, actually."
The Faculty rules.
Mm-hmm.
We love teen horror, and we don't care who knows.
Yeah. Cornlatives.
Are we ready for our clown in a cornfield litives? Our superliquins?
Superliquins. I like that one.
Our
Friendolatives.
Kevin Durand litives?
Wait, what?
Kevin Durand litives? Will Sass litives?
He thought you were talking about the.
I really did
Kevin
think. I thought
Durant.
you were like Kevin Durant litives. I was like, I don't think he was in this. I think he was only in one
Kevin
movie ever.
Durand was. Our that's a whole lot of friendo litives.
Exactly.
Sure.
It is time.
It is time.
Who would you save?
I got some options.
There's a lot of people die in this movie.
A lot of people do die, but a lot of the deaths were funny.
That well, yeah.
And I would save that one kid who like walks up to the cornfield. Oh shit, it's Friendo, and then he just gets shot in the in the head with the crossbow. Like this random kid has no idea what's going on. It's like shit. I would save him.
Okay.
Like 7 seconds of screen time, one line, and what does he get for it? A cross. What's it called for a crossbow? It's not a arrow.
Oh, a bolt.
Yes,
Yeah.
I knew it was like bullet, but not
Yeah.
Yeah.
a bolt to the face.
Yeah. It's a tough one. That scene is so funny though. Oh my god, it's Friendo.
Oh my. Yeah, I'd save him. Like,
What about you?
Thank you. I was waiting for somebody to ask. Jesus. I would save Janet. I know she's kind of a bitch, but I love her.
Yeah.
Here's the problem: is like she also wasn't a bitch until the party scene,
yeah.
and that was kind of weird for me because she was like fine, and then she was like, "Ugh, it's Cole with his new girlfriend." And it's like, okay,
Yeah.
then you've shown no jealousy up to this point, so where did this come from?
Yeah. that
But
was weird.
I loved her anyway.
And like
Is
she
it
just
bad
starts
I can't look.
and
Girl.
and she just starts fighting Quinn for no reason.
I love her anyway. You know what?
No, I agree though. I
Hella's
agree.
a
It's like-
teenage girl, and she is a teenage girl as well.
Can I give producer Jeremy's honorable mention for this one? For this category?
I guess.
Before your replacement comes, yeah.
I would save Ronnie. Ronnie is the one who like when
That's
they're-
the chainsaw one.
Yes,
Yeah.
because they're walking through the cornfield and she literally goes, "It's like we're in an '80s slasher film. Do you know what that means? I'm next." And then she was,
And then she was.
and that sucks for her.
That was real.
So I would
Well-
save her. I don't even know that I mean, like I would, I guess, but I'm like, I'm not even saying I necessarily save her forever, but I would at least give her the gratification of not being next from that
Yeah.
moment. You know what I mean?
I forgot to mention one of my favorite humorous moments involves Janet, actually. When Quinn and Janet find the rotary phone. And they're like, where are the buttons?
What kind of phone is this?
When she gets into the cart and like can't drive stick, I turn to Jeremy and I go, "Is this just a movie about how teenagers can't do fucking anything anymore?" He was like, "Yeah, it seems like it."
Well, that's like the thing about this. Bum, bum. That's like the
Say it again.
thing about this movie.
Bump bump.
It's generational trauma. It's themes. It's a movie that feels like a movie.
Damn.
That's our show, everybody.
But and I think that's part of the film's thoughts on generational trauma is these kids don't know how to do anything anymore because no one's teaching them.
Yeah.
The adults in this movie just want to kill them. They don't want to bother helping these kids or listening to these kids. Like, the teacher in this movie isn't teaching.
Right.
He's, oh, you pissed me off, so detention, everyone's going to do their task. And to be fair, the kids were being dicks.
Hey, man, we're both teachers. He handled that so badly.
Yeah, like, he wasn't doing his job.
No.
But
They can smell fear. You can't let them know.
What is your favorite scare?
my favorite scare. I like the reveal that there is an army of friendos. That moment is so well done.
It was good.
It's good.
And when you're watching it for the first... did you see that twist coming?
No.
Why would you? It's not called Clowns in a Cornfield.
Right.
Up until that point, it was so on the nose.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that's what this is about.
What's scarier than a clown in a cornfield? Clowns in a cornfield. I love the movies. What was your favorite scare, Anneliese?
My favorite scare was when they're in the clown field. Dang, that's not what I meant. But you know what? I'm going with it. When they're in the cornfield and the first girl, forgive me, I don't remember her name, but I think Zoe? No, that's not it. I don't know. I'm not
Ronnie?
Ronnie, thank you. Ronnie is like, we're gonna die. And so then Janet puts her hand over her face.
Mhm.
And then I should not do that. I did it, but then remembered this is an audio format. But she puts her hand over her mouth. And then Quinn puts her hand over Janet's mouth. And then the clown puts his hand over Quinn's mouth. So good. You could tell it was coming. I was still so excited and it gave me chills.
That's a good one.
What was your Tony Todd Award for movie MVP?
Katie Douglas.
That's a good one. I knew you were going to go with that one, so I'm going to throw a curveball at you, and I'm going to say Kevin Durand.
It's so funny because that was my other option.
I'm going to throw a curveball at both of you and say Kevin Durant.
He's not in this movie.
He might be in the sequel. We're running it back.
I just think his speech at the end was really good, and I agree with you when you say there's definitely some pacing issues, some writing issues. I wish they would have kind of front loaded it a little more and made it a little bit more of a mystery type solving thing. But
I wish the movie told you what happened to his character.
Well, that's the other thing.
He just disappeared.
I said that to Jeremy, and he was like, well, I think he's the one they ran over. I'm like, I don't think he got into full clown costume after that. I just don't. Like
the clown that exploded all over the windshield?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was the teacher.
That's kind of what I thought. But anyway, whatever. It doesn't matter. The point is yeah, I agree.
And I assume they are keeping him alive for a Clown in a Cornfield 2. 2 clown, 2 corn.
Lost in Nebraska.
Lost
in a cornfield in Nebraska.
But there's an actual title for it, but I don't remember. Oh, Friendo Lives.
Yes, it is Friendo Lives.
The Clown Pyre Strikes Back. But and that's fine, but I need something. Even A New Hope shows you Darth Vader's TIE fighter flying away after the Death Star explodes. So that's where it's maybe that got lost in the edit.
Yeah.
And they're like, fuck it. I doubt they're like, fuck it, but like maybe they were running up on a deadline and it's like, shit.
Right.
Things happen, and this movie, like, this movie's budget, like, you can make 97 Clown in a Cornfields with the budget of one Sinners.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, and Sinners is phenomenal, but Sinners is working with a lot more.
Yeah, I mean,
But with Clown in a Cornfield, it's like these, whatever. But I would have liked to. Anyways, Kevin Durand rules. If you guys still don't know who we're talking about, if you've seen Abigail, he plays, I want to say Pete, but that's not his name. Because they're all named after the Rat Pack. I forget which one. Maybe it was Pete. I don't remember. I just watched Abigail not too long ago. He's great in Abigail. He's in a lot of stuff. I think of Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
he's in Ready or Not 2, Here I Come.
I want to see that. So I haven't seen it yet at time of recording, but it's out. And yeah, because Abigail, that's Radio Silence. So Radio Silence likes to. I mean, Catherine Newton's being plugged a lot for Ready or Not 2. She was also in Abigail. So, Samara Weaving, who obviously was in the first Ready or Not, she's in Scream 6, as well as Henry Czerny, who was also in Scream 6 in the first Ready or Not. So, anyways, Kevin Durand, he's great in Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
He's in a lot of movies.
He's in so much, but Proximus, what's his name in the Apes movie?
He is Proximus Caesar. Yeah.
I was okay. What a wonderful day! And when I have good days, I send that gift to people because I do be like, what a wonderful day.
That's beautiful.
I met him.
That's awesome.
We should do a new superlative.
Okay.
We're adding this. Fuck it, we'll do it live. From now on, we're adding the superlative. Has Austin met anyone from this cast?
Okay. What if I've met people from this cast?
Then we'll cross that bridge when it comes.
Right. Yeah.
But I go to a lot more conventions than you do.
I meet a lot more people than you do.
Do you know that? For sure?
Yes.
We see 150 people a day.
How many of them are in horror movies?
At least one.
They're all in my personal horror movie.
What's your favorite scary movie? My Life.
Third hour.
I was making a Scream 3 reference.
I was making a life reference.
But yeah, ask me if I know anyone, if I've met anyone from this cast.
Have you met anyone from this cast? You already told us.
Kevin Durand.
Yeah.
Have you met Kevin Durant? You point in your
Once.
life.
No,
Once.
I haven't met basketball player Kevin Durant. But yeah, Kevin Durand was really cool. He's a big dude. Bless you. And I'm not like the smallest guy. Like height wise, I feel like I'm average. No, I might be a little taller than average. Because I'm 5'11". I think the average height is 5'8". Does that sound right?
I have no idea.
Anyways, Kevin Durand clears. Like, he is a tall... I'm trying to find my picture. And then we can move on. This is more for you guys than it is for the listener.
For the listener.
Exactly. I'm sorry, audience. I know you can't see this.
Nice.
But yeah, he was really cool. And then we have this picture too.
That's cute.
Are we ready for the next clownlative?
Yes. The next one is the score better than Jaws?
No.
No.
But it has a theme. Not a theme song like last week's Killer Clowns,
Right.
but like a fun villain motif.
Yes, it does.
We don't get enough of those anymore.
I agree. So this was done by Brandon Roberts with some backup from Marcus Trump. Brandon Roberts, you probably know from doing a lot of recent horror movies. He did Fear Street Part 2, 1978. He did Pet Sematary Bloodlines. He did Thanksgiving.
Nice.
And he also did season 2 of Andor last year.
Ooh,
Yeah.
he got a Star Wars gig. Okay.
Yeah, so he's done a few things.
That's cool. I really liked the score for this one.
Yeah, it was cute. There's also like a lot of good soundtrack.
Yeah, some really good needle drops.
Yeah, some good needle drops. A lot of good like 80s rap because that's like what the dad listens to, which is fun.
When Quinn was like, listening to music from the 80s is like you listening to music from the 40s, right?
Yeah.
He's like, no way. And she goes, do the math. He's like, well, shit.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to hear that either.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good one. Really liked the soundtrack, really liked the theme, like you said. A fine addition to your collection. I don't know if this one had a physical release.
I think it might have had a Blu-ray, but I don't have it yet.
This is gonna sound insulting to the filming. I don't mean it to. This movie to me gave off very like, because we watched it on Hulu. This movie gave off like straight to streaming vibes to me, not in a bad way even though like it just felt like I was like I wouldn't have been completely surprised if they were like this is a Hulu movie, like, you know what I mean?
Well, it's hard to tell because this movie was like made for less than $1 million.
Right.
And a movie like Prey was straight to Hulu.
Right, exactly.
And
that's kind of what I mean.
I'm sure
like,
they had a budget of 75 Clown in a Cornfields.
Right.
Right.
This movie has a 4K steelbook, which
Hell
is
yeah.
actually kind of beautiful. It's got like a really pretty illustration of like the cornfield and Friendo on the front, and it has a sticker pack.
And your favorite stare is the inside cover.
It's true. It is.
And I think with this movie, I see where you're coming from with the straight to...
Streaming. Yeah.
Which straight to streamers can cost $200 million.
Right.
Netflix just
Yeah, I think
burning money with like Red Notice and the Electric State.
Yeah, I think straight to streaming had a more negative connotation.
Because it's
10
like straight
years
to
ago.
DVD.
Right,
back
and
in
I
the
don't
day.
think that's the case anymore.
I think this is like a true indie horror film.
Right.
Like
I mean,
Main
like-
Sinners.
I mean, like, I don't know, like, obviously not a horror movie, but, like, I don't, like, Trial of the Chicago 7, like, was a Netflix movie straight to streaming. That movie was nominated for Best Picture. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
I have to say more things about this steelbook. Actually, sorry.
okay.
The special features include a commentary with the director, the author of the book,
Oh,
and then the actors who play Cole and Quinn.
so director Eli Craig, writer Adam Cesar.
Carson McCormick, who plays Cole Hill, and
Katie Douglas,
Yeah. And also the stickers, I lied, they're not stickers, they're magnets, and you pop out Friendo, and then it has all of his weapons that he uses throughout the movie, so you can, like, put them on his hands, like little magnets.
I was gonna ask.
And also there's the little Jack-in-the-Box.
Fucking magnets, how do they work? But you told me, so I
Sorry.
didn't even have a chance to
My bad.
ask.
I now really want this, that's all I'm saying.
I mean, I would like to add this to my collection.
I'm gonna add it to my cart, is what I'm gonna do.
Anneliese buying a movie before Austin.
Who would have thought?
Crazy.
Alright, gentlemen, get out your Letterboxd reviews, please, and thank you.
Okay.
I just got an email from Clever Real Estate, and I thought it said Clever Girl. estate.
Oh, Winston.
Not the clever girl estate. All right. We ready?
No, because I got distracted. All right, I got it. I'm ready.
Okay. I give this movie 3.5 stars. And a heart.
Yes, let's go.
And I said, me during the first 5 minutes, oh, it's about a clown in a cornfield. I get it. Fun ass movie.
That reminds me of your Letterboxd review for Terrifier.
Uh.
Oh, the gimmick is it's bad.
Also, just a quick side note, because we mentioned this off mic. I said that this movie presented in terms of tone to me very similarly to Hell of a Summer, and we said we all agreed that this is a better movie than Hell of a Summer.
Mhm.
And I said I think I rated Hell of a Summer higher, but I think it had a lot to do with like we watched it together, and
Yeah.
sometimes
We
that
were having a hell of a summer.
same exact rating, 3.5 stars and a heart.
I think that's
So.
fair.
I think that's they're pretty. I think they're close, but I do think this is better.
I agree. Anneliese?
I gave this 3 stars and a heart.
Only 3?
Yeah, only 3.
Fuck.
And I said, quote, "Not all of us are rednecks here. Your name is Rust."
That was a fun moment. we both actually like. So he says that line. He goes, "Not everybody here is a redneck." And Annalisa and I, at the exact same time, go, "Your name is Rust."
I would like to point out that our romantic heroes are named Cole and Rust. Like coal, like a piece of coal.
Why the fuck was this movie not in Nebraska?
Anyway. I don't know what that has to do with what you said, but yeah, tell us your Letterboxd review.
Well, we missed out on having a 3.5 star banger with a heart. Jeremy and I are once again aligned because I also gave this 3.5 stars and a heart. And I said, Eli Craig is 2 for 2 with films that have characters named Tucker. Because he also did Tucker and Dale vs. Evil.
Yeah, he did.
I
You're
like
right.
that. That's funny.
And then my first Letterboxd review when I watched this a couple months ago, October 9th, 2025, I said, fun cast, great direction, some gnarly kills, and a pretty faithful homage to the cold opening from Jaws. I had a blast.
Yeah.
And I wanted to say something along the lines of, like, you had me at Clown in a Cornfield, but now, no, it's like, I couldn't word it right, so I didn't end up going with it. I didn't end up going, podcasting's hard. I wanted to do something along the lines of, like, sees a clown in a cornfield. I'm interested. See clowns in a cornfield? Now you have my attention. But I couldn't, like, find the wording for it, and also I didn't want to do a spoiler review.
That's fair.
So I went with the Tucker reference, but
Yeah, that's a good one.
I just love the clowns.
I think this movie,
in a cornfield.
truthfully, is a 3-star movie. It's 3 stars of good, and a ½ star for funds.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Yeah.
Annalisa didn't have the funds.
No, the funds weren't there for her.
No, for me, it was just a 2.5 star movie with a ½ star of fun.
Why you gotta be so mean?
I'm not mean. You push me to give my opinions. Okay, there are no Supernatural alumni in this one. Kind of shocking. But so let's move on to our special edition superlative. What would you do if they were your birthday clown?
Friendo's not very nice. None of the Friendos are.
No.
I know how to use a rotary phone.
That's good.
I feel like that would help me in some way.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm an adult. I'm hoping Friendo's not after me.
I think that's true. Okay.
What would you do if they were your birthday clown?
So here's my thing. Like,
Bump, bump.
The movie is called The Thing, not My Thing.
My thing.
Here's the thing.
Bum bum.
All of the clowns we've covered so far, and I can only speak to what I saw.
So you mean Friendo and Art the Clown?
So Art the Clown, but we also did Killer Clowns from Outer Space,
Yeah.
and I didn't watch that movie because of baseball, but everything that I've seen so far, Art the Clown is insane and does insane things, but he also does clown stuff. He dances like a clown. He kind of mimes things.
Right.
And the Killer Clowns from Outer Space do clown shit.
They
Friendo the Clown doesn't really do clown stuff. He just kills people.
The most he does is he throws a Jack-in-the-Box
Right.
at you.
So I'm I'd fire him because I'd be you're bad at being a clown. This is not entertaining in any way.
I love that.
And then he'd probably kill me. So
That's fair. Anneliese, what would you do?
I would do what I know the friendos of the world absolutely hate. Be gay, do crimes.
Your friendo's gonna show up and you're gonna be like, yeah, I get it. I earned this.
Yep. Would you die, Austin?
No. I am an adult.
It's a fair point. It's a fair point.
Now,
You're creative. They never said that it was always teenagers. What about the hippies and the hobos?
they were. Are you calling me a hobo?
No, I'm just saying you're creative.
I'm not a hippie. But they did not say they were teenagers.
it's true.
But no, I don't think I would die. One, because I know how to use a rotary phone. Two, I don't know how to drive stick.
Yeah, me either.
Fair.
But if I was in high school and Friendo was coming after me, I feel like I would survive the initial Friendo, but once there's multiple Friendos, it might be game over for high school Austin.
That's fair.
He did know how to use a rotary phone. But I don't know. I also wasn't getting into trouble. I was in marching band.
Right.
This ain't Halloween ends.
Yeah.
How about you?
No, because I think that, first of all, even in high school, and I know this says more about who I was as a person, but even in high school, I was not going to, parties in cornfields with, abandoned, no cell service. Yeah.
I need to interrupt you.
Okay.
I would die. Because I made so many stupid videos with my friends in high school.
Oh, yeah, you would absolutely die.
I would die.
talking
Oh
about?
my goodness. I made so many. And I had my friends dress up as a panda and having them attack people. And then, we did some shenanigans. So, yeah, Friendo would be on my ass. I would die.
I guess if Friendo really cared about making movies about ducks, then maybe I would die.
But you were in college at that point, so you might be safe.
That's true, I might be safe. Alright, Austin, where can the people find you?
The people can find me in Nebraska.
I cannot believe nobody said they would recognize you as a friendo.
Fuck.
You got a friendo in me.
Anyway, we're gonna see Austin in Nebraska.
Yeah, that was...
That's it.
Yeah, that's... Yep. Yep.
Where the movie should have been filmed.
Yeah.
Scouting locations for the sequel.
You can find me in Nebraska looking, You can find me in Nebraska. You can.
What about on social media? Can we find you there?
at Austin M. Torres on Insta, Threads, Letterboxd, Nebraska. You can find the show's social media at Would You Die Show on Instagram and Threads. Subscribe to us on YouTube where you can watch my short films like The Blood Witch, Spider, and Ice Scream, none of which take place in Nebraska. You can subscribe to our Patreon where we have bonus monthly episodes of non-horror movies that tie into the monthly theme. We have our show, The Godzilla Project, which next month's episode is my favorite Godzilla movie of all time. I'm very excited to show Anneliese and Jeremy that. We also have a weekly podcast called Would You Ball, because we like sports.
We don't care who knows.
All of that fun stuff for $3 a month. I think it's a pretty good deal, and you would be supporting our hopes and dreams. If you love us, you should do it. If you hate us, you should do it and tell a friend to do it. Because nothing says you hate us more than giving us money.
That's true.
Capitalism, baby.
Absolutely.
Where can the people find you?
The people can find me at home, not in a cornfield. You can also find me on social media at Whimsawillow. I'm on Tumblr. I'm on Letterboxd. I'm really enjoying being on Letterboxd. You can also, you know what? Shameless plug. You can follow me on Storygraph at Whimsawillow, which is the reading one. If you want to see what kind of books I'm reading, that's where you can find me. Jeremy, where can people find you?
God, I've been spending this entire time trying to think of a clown pun. I don't know. You can find me clowning around. It's not.
I
good.
thought you were going to say, Annalisa, close your ears. I thought you were going to say you can find me in a clown field of dreams.
Damn.
Love that.
That's so much better.
You can find me. Damn. This is the worst. This is the worst one. You can find me in Missouri for some inexplicable reason.
I am in Missouri.
You can also find me at Annually Funny on any of the social platforms. And it's almost baseball season, so you get to listen. You can now follow me for all of my unwanted
I think when
baseball
this episode
rants.
comes out, it is baseball season.
Yeah.
It definitely is.
Yeah. So you'll be able to see me getting angry. Irrationally.
Or maybe
At
not.
the beginning of like a 162
Maybe
game
we
season.
will win every single game.
Here's hoping. Spoil it for me. Let me know how things are going.
All right. Well, thank you, Jeremy, for producing our podcast. Thank you to Josie Palmer for making our theme music at the beginning and end of every episode. Please check out her music on Spotify and Apple. Big thank you to Alec Gibson at Crosshook Creative for our graphics. You can check out his work at weheartcrosshook.com. Austin, do you have a hint for next episode?
Beep, beep, Richie. Until then, I'm Austin Torres.
And I'm Annalisa Petersmark.
Try not to die.